Hey guys, it's Chris here from Chris's Creative Life. And today I'm here and we are going to assemble the paper pumpkin kit called Nests of Christmas because A, I need some more cards, and B, it's time to sign up for the next set of paper pumpkin. So that means it's time to finish this box. So, if you watched me the last few months, you noticed that I'm quite enjoying my paper pumpkin subscription. And I do try and like to come on and at least try and assemble one set of them live. And typically I try and do it just before the deadline to subscribe for the next month is. So the deadline for signing up for next month is the 11th, which I do believe is a Monday, if I'm remembering my calendar in my month correctly. So if you're in Canada and interested in trying paper pumpkin, my link is in the description above. I will actually also add it to the comments below. Like I said, I think one of the things that I enjoy most about paper pumpkin is there's a few things. So let's do a couple of the top reasons that I enjoy it. Some of them come in a super cute box, which you can't discount the cuteness of a box. Two, and I said, Stampin' Up! Has figured out how to do kits very well. And I think that from the standpoint of paper pumpkin was first, this is probably where they figured out a lot of the things about it. So that's two. It's a great subscription program. You don't need to worry about anything. Everything comes within your box. When you start your paper pumpkin, you even get like your block, your paper pumpkin block, and then everything else is included in the kit. So you don't have to have like a big arsenal of supplies behind you like I do, right? Everything can literally come in a box. It's a subscription program and you can turn it off or turn it back on depending on, like, let's say you want to skip a month. You can actually totally skip a month if you don't want to do what's coming next month. I'm going to, though, show you the little preview of next month because I think it's stinking cute. Okay, so I think it's this one. So I'll move myself over here. So the next set of paper pumpkins include little fabric stockings, and aren't those stinking cute? So the next one is called Filled with Joy. And like I said, you can subscribe currently and you have until, oh, sorry, I was wrong, November, like let's just say I'm a month behind, November 10th, which would be Sunday, I do believe. So if this interests you and you are in Canada and would like to start a paper pumpkin subscription, I would love if you would subscribe under me. I'm actually going to add the link in the comments below. But like I said, it is also in the description of the video. Oh, sorry, something just, oh, some of my windows are popping all over the place. So I do like to keep the box open because sometimes the comments take a very long time to come through. And then the other thing that I wanted to show you is, which I also think is a super neat thing that they do, is there is a set of dies that coordinate with each quarter for Stampin' Up. So I'm pretty sure it's the quarter. But anyway, the add-on right now is this one, which we're gonna put that one to sleep. Nope, I put the wrong one to sleep. That one to sleep. I'll open up this one. So it is currently still available. This is the add-on. So I'm just trying to find a corner to grab. There we go. So it's the coordinating. So this is the coordinating die cuts for this grouping of paper pumpkin. And that little stitch tag is super cute. And then who couldn't use another Mary? So you could totally use these for like adding embellishments to the kits you already have. You could use them in other ways. Paper pumpkin is also, you can alter it very easily. There's tons of like pre-printed pieces, so you can very easily cut them apart and use them in other ways. Like this one for sure, I literally have not opened it. You're going to watch me open it. You could cut up some of the panels and use them for tags very easily with that super cute stitch tag die. Okay, so after all that rambling, those are some of the reasons I like paper pumpkin. If you have a different reason why you like paper pumpkin, add it into the comments below. And I'm going to put myself up in the corner. There we go. And okay, so this is what it looks like. Here is again the add-on. So this is Merry Tags and More, and it's 165639. You do have to be a subscriber to add the extra dies on, like I said, but they are stinking cute. Okay, so then this is the pretty box for this month. And there is a printable like case cover if you want to put your stamps in. You haven't opened yours yet either. Well, see, there we go. Well, so I will be super honest. I took the plastic off and I checked out what the ink spot color was, and I grabbed my big ink spot, my big ink pad. So the ink spot that comes in, you do get an ink spot in your paper pumpkin. And this is shaded spruce, which is like, you know, that really traditional like green Christmas color. So I have grabbed my big one because it's just a little bit easier for me to use, but you don't need to have the big one because they send it to you. That is literally as far as I got. So we do have some tear and tape, some nice wide tear and tape. And then here is the stamp set. So there's like the little canary. There's a pine bow. It looks like snow, some berries. And then the sentiments are joyful thoughts to you this season. Happy holidays, Merry and Christmas. So I don't know. Let's see if that'll work. It did work. I love to take these when traveling, especially when we're driving somewhere. Exactly, because you don't actually need anything else other than what's in the box. And even the box ends up making kind of like probably a nice work surface if you're in the car too, right? So it's got pretty red tissue paper, which I will use to wrap a gift this year. Well, now that I've torn it, I don't know if I will actually use it to wrap a gift, but that's okay. And here we go. It all comes like vacuum packed, so things don't get damaged in transportation. Because I have had some paper pumpkin boxes that came pretty squished on one side. I'm just going to see if I can straighten my camera out just a little bit. There we go. Okay. So I have seen sneak peeks online of the cards, and I actually think they're very, very pretty. So in here we have some dimensionals, and it looks like some ribbon. So you've got your sheet of dimensionals, right? So all the adhesive is in there. If you needed glue dots, it would be in there. Then we have pre-cut pieces of ribbon. Oh, and I bet that's why we have wide tearing tape is for the ribbon. So very pretty ribbon. I love a good grosgrain ribbon. Okay, so all the envelopes are the same, and they're very pretty. Like, who wouldn't want to get a Christmas card in the mail in this pretty envelope? Okay, and it's actually, so the shaded spruce that runs around the outside is metallic. It's super pretty. Okay, so I'm going to set my envelopes aside. We have the plastic. I don't need that. I'll put in my little garbage. But we're going to pull out the instructions. Okay, so this is how I find it easiest. I am like a mass producer, right? So if I'm doing one, typically I like to do all of them. So when I demo, I'm not going to do all of them for you, but this is what I would do normally. Oh, there's some suggestions for some other things that you might like to help your crafting. And don't forget, you always have a tape measure on the side. This totally reminds me of, you know, like the IKEA tape measures that you get when you're walking around the showroom. I always have one in my wallet. So, okay, so there's 2 different cards we're going to create. But if I was going to like sit down and do all of them, I would just stack all my pieces, right? And I would do card number 1 and then card number 2. So this needs an envelope, which I set aside because we're not going to do the envelopes. So we do need one of these for card number 1. And then from our punch outs, however you want to call them, we need a cardinal. And we need this big bow right here. Oh, I'm assuming there's one right here. Okay, so these are for card number 1. And then we need this piece, which are here. And they also have the super pretty metallic shaded spruce on them. And then we need 1 ribbon. Okay, then card number 2 gets this very pretty dome base. And we also need the same dovetailed piece. Okay, and then we need, so 1 sheet gives you 1 for each set of cards, right? So we need this one with the bird attached, this one with the bird by himself, and this one. Okay, so I do believe that should be all we need. So we can set this aside now. Okay, and I like how they are now putting these in here, right? So I can put this with my stamp after I'm finished my cards in my little package. And I'll be able to pull from them if I need something like that says Merry Christmas on something else. Okay, so, okay, I can tell I'm going to have to stand up for these. We'll do card number 1 first. Oh, you know what I need? Is my glass mat. There we go. So, card number 1 pieces, my tearing tape, my stamps. Put these to the side. I don't need this anymore. Okay. So, and all of this is like metallic. It's actually super pretty. Okay, so you can punch this apart and use it on something else, right? So now let's add, I'm just going to take my wrapper off. We won't need that while we're working. So we're going to do 3 branches at the top and 3 at the bottom. And I've not used this, so I'm just going to actually test it first. You guys, I was all impressed with myself because I actually like went and got my stamp chamois wet. But you know what I forgot was to get the chamois to clean my glass mat wet. So I'll have to just use the baby wipe. Okay. So we'll do 3 at the top. And they're kind of coming off, and you're going to want to turn it so they're not, oh, it's actually super pretty. 2 and 3. And I just need to see, I just want to kind of see where the bend is in the card, like the score line. So we'll do 1, 2, and this one will flip this way. 3. And so just let me get a baby wipe, because I'm pretty sure you guys don't need me to like run to the bathroom, clean wet my chamois and come back. So I'll just clean that off. Okay, so now we need Merry and Christmas. And so I am going to actually stamp them separately just because I feel like I have more control if I do it that way. But if you guys are all good to do them at the same time, you totally can. Okay, and I'm just going to get a scrap piece of paper here. Just make sure they're all good, pretty. And I love that these are 2 different like sizes but fit together nicely. Fun. You got it. I love a good mixed font, right? Okay, so I've got my dovetailed piece, and I'm going to do the Christmas first, and then I'm going to nestle the Merry in. But if you want to, you can totally do them together. Christmas, and I just have a little bit of ink on the edge of my Merry that I don't want there. Because as much as they're like quick to put together, I don't want to rush, right? And then get ink somewhere that I don't want it. So, and I'm going to nestle it right in here. Sorry, it is super hard to get straight when I'm not looking right over top. Okay, so I think that's it. Now we just need to add our adhesive to our pieces. So I'm just going to quickly, because we are talking about a green color, I'm just going to wipe my stamps quickly and set them aside to dry while we do assemble the card. Okay. I'm just going to make sure I don't have any ink on my fingers. Okay. I'm just going to move that slightly out of the way. So I do need the tape, and we're going to put it on the back of the ribbon. So I was right. It's throw that plastic bag over there. So yeah, really the only thing you need is a pair of scissors, but you don't actually even need a pair of scissors, right? You can, it is tearing tape, so you could tear it. I just have a really hard time doing things like that. Okay, so now let's fold our card. So now when it's folded over, right, the little branches come off the edges. Hey, Jane. And it is super funny as to which comments get populated and which don't. So there we go. We have that. Now we're going to dive into our dimensionals. So I have these ones already started. So you guys know I like to break up all my dimensionals to make them a little bit easier. And I love the fact that they literally tell you where to even add your dimensionals to. So we have this piece, and you want to add dimensionals towards the bottom. 1, 2. I know it is super pretty. I love the metallic. I wish we had something green metallic like that in the regular line. So one here and one down here. Okay, so I think, oh, and we need dimensionals on this piece, our little dovetailed piece. Okay, so they want you to, I don't know if you guys watched me on Tuesday when I was doing my live, but when I was talking about how I almost put something in my garbage. See, I have my little jar here with my garbage, and then my glass is just off to the side, and I literally almost did it again. So I almost put my garbage in my drinking glass. Okay, so the little ribbon barely sticks out. So if you want to see more of the ribbon, here is what I would suggest. I'm just going to put a little chop in it, and I'm just going to move it over just a little bit so that I can see just a little bit more of the ribbon, because you won't see it on the back. Okay, so I've just sliced it so it just sticks off a little bit more. Okay, so just like that, and now I can add my dimensionals. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be the worst thing if I dumped my garbage in my drink, but okay. So I will add my, see how fast these are? And literally I've been yammering, and still they're super quick. So I'm going to want this inside the frame, right? So the card will open. There we go. Okay, so that is interesting. Okay, so I guess you don't want the card to open, because we're going to put these pieces across like this, which will, I guess it works like a latch almost, because you do have your dimensionals off to the side. So I guess we are basically forming like a little latch, and that'll tuck underneath, and then you could still open your card and right on the inside, or just right on the back. I thought this would make a great frame for a photograph for Christmas. And I have to say, I think that the card is just screaming for, thank you, Jane, for the hugs. Screaming for some Winkostella to sparkle it up. There you go. You could also splatter it with white, make it look like snow, all sorts of fun things. Okay, so that's literally card number 1. We're done. Okay, card number 2. So same thing. We are going to get our pieces. There we go. I'm like, where are they? Okay, so these are our pieces. We'll add our dimensionals. Do the stamping. Okay, and so here we go. We get another fun piece that we get to keep. Right? So these, you could totally use the tags to cut out tags for your Christmas presents. Okay, so the only thing we actually have to stamp on here is our sentiment. So here we go. Joyful thoughts to you this season. Oh my goodness. You could easily make mini cards with the leftovers. And also because of the way, oh, look at how that's very pretty background. And this coordinates with the nests of winter, right? This one. So you could totally cut apart some of these pieces and switch things around and get more cards out of it. I just like to always come and at least assemble one set exactly the way they're supposed to be done before. Right? So pretty archway. So let's stamp the sentiment. These would also look really pretty if you emboss them. So with even like just clear embossing powder, because you would kind of pick up on probably the really pretty silver foil, green shaded spruce foil that's around the edges. So there we go. And who doesn't need like little cards, tags, all of those fun things when it comes time to like wrapping presents, right? I kind of just like create like a little pile of extras that then I'll use when I go to wrap, that I kind of just can put like in a little box or a dish, right? And then if I need things, I can just pull from them. Like all you would have to do is literally punch a hole, right? You could punch a hole and even just corner round that if you wanted. Okay, I'm gonna close this up so I don't get more green ink on things. Okay, so we need a ribbon. We will add the tearing tape. And same thing. I think I'm gonna just cut it before I even add it this time. I just want it to stick out just a little bit more. So, and I can use my glass mat to line it up on each end so they're the same. There we go. So I'm really not expanding it by very much, but I just wanted it to stick out just a little bit more than it already was. So we'll add some dimensionals on all of our pieces, and that's like literally it. So 1 on this guy right about here, and 3 on this one. 1, 2, and 3. And then on the birds, we have 1 up here and 1 down here. There we go. Okay. Oh, and here we need some on this piece. There we go. Okay. Oops. Dimensional backing stuck to me. Okay, so it actually looks like we're going to put this about here. And we'll do the top one first. And we'll do the big bunch of birds for one bird, big branches first, and then the other one gets put on top. Just like that. And then this one just fits right in there. And I love that, like, literally the pieces come out very nicely. Like, they punch out nicely. You don't worry about ripping them. Like, I mean, if you're crazy rough with them, obviously you're going to rip them. But they're not crazy delicate. And if something pops out, it's going to rip itself. So then you would just assemble the other ones. Like I said, so there are a couple little things that you could very easily do to spruce them up. And one would be like to paint Wink of Stella or splatter Wink of Stella, and or even just splattering with a little bit of white pigment ink. You could, that would be fun. And I'm going to set, excuse me, one moment, please. See, I'm even drinking a festive drink. It's like cranberry ginger ale for Christmas. So there's also like this cardinal in here. I bet that it fits on this tag quite nicely if you look at the sizing. So you could very easily do that, and you could even add really quickly some greenery in behind and have like an instant tag that all you would have to do is stamp to and from on it. So even though like there's always some extra stamps in the paper pumpkin, so totally fun. And then there is another one. So you could say Happy Holidays if you don't want to say Merry Christmas. You could totally just swap out the stamp set depending on what is better for you. And look, the Happy Holidays fits just nicely in there. So just like that. Okay, so let's just do this. Okay, so I have these two pieces here. Let's do this. We will cut a tag out of this. And just like that. So these are just the extras from the 2 cards that I made, right? This is green. Let's just put this through my machine. Woo! I have one too many plates in here. There we go. Okay, so here we go. So how cute is this going to be? So if we go like this, we can do another one. I don't know that you even really need to, but you could maybe trim one and then stamp this. I actually think I would trim this up a little bit, but stamp your little cardinal and cut it out, and then add your sentiment up here, just like that. And look how quickly that comes together. And that's just with like the extra pieces, right, that popped out of the cards that are part of the kit. You could even use the Merry and then add the Christmas underneath, because it's actually separate, right? So you could do Merry and Christmas on that tag. It's kind of fun just to like to sit and play with a lot of like the leftovers or extra pieces and just create a whole bunch of tags, because you know you always go through a ton of tags when it comes time to actually start to wrap your gifts. So that's what I've got for you guys today. But like I said, I just wanted to come on and remind you that if you're interested in the next paper pumpkin, you only have until November the 10th to start your subscription, or either turn it off or turn it on. But part of it is the super cute little stockings. And so that's why I like to come on towards the end, just kind of as a reminder to everybody that if this is something you might enjoy, you might want to sign up. So have an awesome day, everyone, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.